Okay, Rabotai, I want to share with you a very deep thought from the Clear. The Clear is a kina that was written that he describes what happened after the Churban Bet HaMikdash in this world, to the world. And Rav Wolbe, as I explained to you guys yesterday a little bit, as I shared with you from Rav Wolbe, we don't really feel the distance between us and God. That's the big problem. We don't really feel the lacking of God in the world and what difference it made. What did the Beit HaMikdash do for the world? So everybody says the blessing comes into the world through the Beit HaMikdash. But what did the Beit HaMikdash do for the world? And what happened to the world where the Beit HaMikdash is missing, after the Beit HaMikdash is missing? That's what the Clear focus is about. Dai tov lanu ba'olam, for us, this world is good as it is. Beli Beit HaMikdash. Ve'enenu margishim ki ha'ikar chaser. If the truth is, if the Goyim will not give us problems, if there were no problems in America financially and our security, we would be very comfortable people. All we would think about and worry about is a bigger house, a bigger apartment, a better job. That would be our biggest worry. That's our biggest situation in life. But the truth is, we don't feel that anything is missing in the world. Once the Shekhinah disappeared. I'm not reading the Kina to you because the Kina is going to be too long to read it and to explain it, and the words are written in very, very difficult Hebrew or Aramaic. So let's think about, he says this Kina. In the end of the day, this Kina, he focuses on Po, the word Po. Po meaning here, the Shekhinah is here, the Shekhinah is here, the Shekhinah is here. That's what he focuses on. So Rav Wolbe wants to say, maybe Bezrat Hashem on Shabbat, on Tisha B'Av, maybe Bezrat Hashem I will go through the Kina a little bit trying to explain it. But Rav Wolbe wants to say that what he was trying to tell us in this Kina is that Hashem, for some unknown reason, ununderstood reason, for some reason Hashem chose to put his presence, to put himself into this low physical world. If you really think about it, if you try to understand why Hashem created the world, it's a very, very hard concept to understand. Hashem is good and Hashem wants to do good to the world, so he created the world. Hashem could do good for many, many things. Even just for malachim, Hashem could do good. Even for angels. Hashem could create all kinds of creatures, all kinds of beings, all kinds of things. Hashem could do whatever you want. So what exactly is the reason why Hashem wanted to be with us in this world? Ikar Shechina batachtonim. The main place for Hashem, we would think, it means is in Kisei HaKavod, in the celestial heavenly world. He says no. Based on the Midrash, he says the Ikar Shechina, the main place for Hashem is to be with the low creatures of humanity, the humans. Kizeu Retzono, that's his will. Bebet HaMikdash Shechina הייתה פה. In the Bet HaMikdash Shechina was here. ואין לשער עד כמה צורת כל העולם השתנתה על ידי זה. We cannot begin to imagine how the world changed when Hashem put himself into this physical world. הרי היה מקום אחד בעולם, there was only one place in the world, שבו היה ניכר כי אין הגשמיות מוכרחה להיות. There's one place in the world that shows you that the world is not governed by physical rules. The world is not governed by materialistic and physical, the laws of nature. In the Bet HaMikdash, the laws of nature did not control. It says over there are 10 miracles that happen all the time. One of the amazing miracles over there, with all the meat and all the blood, there's no one fly over there. Not one mosquito, one fly, nothing. With all the meat and all the slaughtering of the thousands of animals, that shows you total control of nature. No fly came into the Bet HaMikdash. If you think about it, it's an amazing thing. The Shekhinah found a place in this physical world, inside physical materialistic vessels of gold and wood and stone. This is the ultimate of the completion and the perfection of the Shekhinah, that when the Shekhinah is able to be part of this physical world. And when the Bet HaMikdash is destroyed, so to speak, the Shekhinah is like a shepherd that lost its sheep, its flock, like a bird that is flying from roof to roof, trying to find a home, like a convert that is being kicked from place to place, like a stranger is being kicked out from country to country. So that's the basic, simple understanding of what Hashem wanted to try to accomplish. Like if you think about this concept that I just said, that Hashem wants to be in this physical world, it's going to be a very hard concept. It's very hard for us to understand that. If you think about that, I realized one thought came into my mind. I was trying to think a little bit about Hashem and our relationship with Him, and a thought came into my mind about my relationship with my kids. I think to myself, if my kids knew, none of my kids are here, right? If my kids knew how much I love them, then they would never do anything to disappoint me. Never. They would always try to do everything in their best to try to make me happy. If they would know how much I love them and how my whole life is for them and how much I care about them, they would never do anything to disappoint me. When I was thinking about that, if I would know how much Hashem loves me, I would never ever do anything to disappoint Him. We have a problem. We don't have the ability, we don't have the understanding of how much Hashem loves us. If we would understand how much Hashem loves us, there would be no challenge. The Yetzer Hara would be dead. There would be no Yetzer Hara, because you would be so excited to do the will of your Father, to the will of Hashem. So we have a problem a little bit trying to understand the relationship between Hashem and this physical world. Why does Hashem want to be in this physical world? What does He get from us? What's the connection? What does He want to be with me? We don't really feel any real reason for why Hashem wants to be with us into this physical world. Now, I guess the more you realize that you're not physical, the more you realize that you are really a neshama and your body is just a vessel that you're using temporarily, the easier it is for you to feel and to understand why Hashem wants to be with you, wants to be connected to you. The more you see the spiritual behind the world, and not the world is not running by physical. What did Hashem do? When He brought Himself into the Beit HaMikdash, He made it that you could see that He is the one who's in control of nature. Basically, made you see that the world has no physical nature. That fire doesn't go up because it's supposed to go up. It's because Hashem is making it go up. That's what Hashem wants. And that stone don't go down to the ground because that gravity is pulling it down to the ground. That's what Hashem wants. It's not nature that gravity is making it work. Hashem made amazing things in the world, by the way. If you think about this, it's a concept that is very hard for us to fathom even. Planet Earth. If you just think about planet Earth, it's one of the most amazing concepts in the world. If you think about planet Earth, there are people who are walking on planet Earth on top over here like this. People are walking on top. And there are people who are walking over here. And there are people that are walking over here. There are people who are walking all around planet Earth. There is water here. 75% of planet Earth is covered with water. If you think about it, it's mind-boggling. It's a bowl covered with water, 75% of it. The other 25% for sure should be covered with water. But there are people walking on all directions of planet Earth, and everybody's feeling that they're walking on a flat ground on top of planet Earth. Everybody's thinking that everything is safe and sound while the planet is traveling millions of miles per second. Millions of miles per second. The planet is traveling at crazy speed. And everybody, it's the biggest miracle happening every single second in front of our eyes and big. We don't think about it, we don't realize it. For some reason, Hashem chose this physical world to be His home. And we have to try to get somehow connected to that, understand that. Why Hashem wants us, why Hashem wants to be connected to us. When we feel that a little bit, it'll be easier for us. But Rav Wolbe says we have to go a little bit deeper over here. We have to go a little bit deeper. We have to understand that Hashem is very celestial, very holy. Antu ila'a al kol ila'in. You're above all understanding. Setima al kol setimin. Everything is shut, everything is closed when it comes to trying to understand you. Led machshavat fisa b'chlal. There's no thought that is able to understand who Hashem is at all. Lo yasigeu masigei aguf. People who has physical limitations cannot try to fathom and understand Hashem's holiness and Hashem's greatness. There is no imagination that can capture Hashem. But yet still Hashem dwells in this physical world. That's a crazy wonder. It's a crazy miracle. Our job is to try to bring Hashem as close as we can to our understanding, to our lives, to our feelings. But at the same time, we have to understand that Hashem is not my kindergarten friend. Hashem is not my buddy. Even though we have to know that, Hashem wants to walk with us like we're friends, we still have to understand who Hashem is and the greatness of Hashem and what it means to have Hashem in our lives and what it means when we throw Hashem out. I'm going to finish with this thought that is connected to davening. When you pray in front of Hashem, the Rif brings down in Masechet Brachot in Perek A, the Gemara says, in Masechet Yevamot. He brings it down in Brachot, but he's quoting the Gemara in Masechet Yevamot. Hamitpalel tzarich sheiten, and listen to the words of the Rif. Hamitpalel tzarich sheiten enav lemata. A person that prays in front of God Shmoneh Esrei needs to put his eyes downward. Velibo lemala, but his heart has to be up in the heavens. And Rabbeinu Yonah explains the Rif. Klomar, what does that mean? His eyes have to be down and his heart has to be up. Klomar sheachshov velibo. You have to think in your heart, Ki'ilu omed bashamayim, as if you are standing in front of God in heaven. Ve'yasir melibo kol ta'anugei ha'olam hazeh, and remove from your heart, when you daven in Shmoneh Esrei, any desire for any physical pursuits of this physical world. You have no desires for a house, for a car, for physical things. Any pursuits of this physical world are gone. V'chol hanaot haguf ke'inyan shamru hakadmonim, and all the pleasures of the guf have to be gone. Like the Kadmonim say, when you want to have kavanah, separate your body from your neshama. And after you get to these thoughts, I'm not telling you this because we can get to these thoughts. I want to show you a point. After you get to this thought, think to yourself then that you're standing in front of Hashem in the Bet HaMikdash. So first, your eyes are down. That's talking about in the Bet HaMikdash. Your heart is up. It's talking about in front of Hashem. Rabbeinu Yonah says, after you are able to reach the level of feeling that you're standing in front of God in Shamayim, then try to bring yourself into earth, standing in front of God in the Bet HaMikdash. Listen to the words of Rabbeinu Yonah. Because if you're able to stand in front of God in the Bet HaMikdash, Tfilato Ritzuya Yoter, Hashem wants your prayer more than when you're standing in the heavens in front of Him. Lifnei HaMakom. Hashem wants your prayer more when you're standing in front of Him in the Bet HaMikdash, after you're able to separate your heart from the physical desires and the pursuits, and all you want is Hashem. Now you're able to bring yourself down into the Bet HaMikdash and stand in front of Hashem. Hashem wants that more than you standing in Gan Eden davening to Hashem. In other words, it sounds like if you're in this physical world and you're able to elevate your physical body into very high spiritual levels to bring Hashem into your life, that is the ultimate. Hashem doesn't want you to be like a malach in Shamayim who's davening to Hashem in Gan Eden. Hashem wants you to be a physical human being, a materialistic human being that is able to elevate the body into the same level of the neshama. The same way the neshama wants Hashem, that's how the body has to want Hashem. That's really what the Bet HaMikdash is about. Our body is a miniature Bet HaMikdash for the neshama. The neshama has to sanctify this physical body. Just like we have to sanctify the Bet HaMikdash to bring Hashem into it. Basically, we have to build the Bet HaMikdash inside of our hearts in order for us to be able to pray properly, in order for us to accomplish what Hashem put us into this physical world for. So with that, we have to think a little bit about what is it that we don't have, what is it that we do have. We don't have any connections to these thoughts of having Hashem in our lives. We have to think about that. It doesn't just come like this. We have to think about it.